Hey everybody, it's Never. I am here to do, I wouldn't say it's the impossible, but I'm going to do something I've never attempted before, and that is a speed run of leveling pets. I'm going to see how fast I can take this Menagerie Custodian from level 1 all the way up to level 25, using the best methods that I know. So first of all, before we start the timer, I've got to get my safari hat on, and then we've got to use both types of pet food. So there's a lesser pet treat, which gives you 25% XP, and then there's the pet treat, which is a big deal. It gives you 50% XP. So we're going to give this the best shot. I'm not going to be going over the strategy in as much detail just because I want to focus on doing it quickly, but we'll see what happens. So this is, I'm trying to level this pet as fast as possible just to see what I can do. I've planned out a route of specific tamers to use, and I'm not sure how many it's going to take actually, because I've never double stacked these buffs before. And we're off. There's a bug that makes it so that conversations don't activate just right, which is annoying, and sometimes it makes you need to click on stuff a bunch of times. But thankfully we didn't wind up with that. Every second that I spend waiting for abilities to fire is an eternity when you're doing it this way. And clicking one wrong thing can cost a lot of time. Oh man, I hate moths. They're like my least favorite pets. Not just how they look, but their abilities are annoying. Some people, I've seen a full team of moths that somebody had that was just incredible. And it's one of those things that I force myself to ignore, because I imagine moth teams are actually pretty strong, but I just can't compel myself to use one. The strategy here for Moruck is actually really strange. Yeah, I didn't even get Howl off, which is normal. Okay. One thing I should probably point out is I do have the fastest flying available in the game, because I've got some pretty rare or hard to get mounts, and a lot of them grant the super fast flying ability. So my travel time is going to be affected by that. I decided I wasn't going to use any teleports, just to keep this as fair as possible. Missile! It never gets old. Oh, look at that. It didn't even waste a round doing it. That's really handy for time. So I got a phone call in the middle of all of that, stopped, and I've restarted this here since the phone call, so to count the time as fair as possible, which is really annoying. Sometimes you can't help but take certain phone calls. So we're going to fly up here to Farmer Nishi and teach her a lesson. Probably make sure I'm going the right direction.
Greetings. Welcome.
See that? See how that disappears? That's the bug. And I've heard that other people have it even when their add-ons are turned off, so I'm not going to take the time to get rid of all of my add-ons. I don't know if I could live without add-ons. I mean, I could probably not die, but it would be really hard to enjoy the game. Look at that. It's great when things crit super hard. It's a shame he doesn't scream by fire be purged when he does that like Ragnaros does, because that's wonderful. Oh! Another water jet, that's gonna set us back a little bit. Water jet's dead. Alright. We could probably just do ion cannon, but it's an extra second or two to do shocking off first, and it's not worth how dicey it is.
Oh, hello.
And I am kind of giving myself the rule that I do need to actually turn in the quest.
Tell me of your travels. Oh, hello.
It's riskier doing Aki the Chosen, but because of the travel time, it really seemed like the only thing that was worthwhile to do. Because Aki the Chosen is a dicier fight, and there's a fair chance that things could go really wrong for this one, and I could end up losing the match, which would really set the time back. And it's late in the fight that you find out if it's going to work, so starting the fight over again is just really not that great. I'm not talking too much, it's because this is the really iffy part of the fight. Sometimes if that ability crits, it's so much trouble. It takes forever for these things to shoot and for the lightning damage to proc and everything. And his health is pretty low, and we gotta be really lucky and hurry and hope that we outlast his survival ability. If we get lucky and hit him hard, might just finish him off, but it's not gonna be enough. Yeah. So the survival is what makes this really dicey, because the health on both of these gets so low, and it can't actually finish them off for another 2 rounds because of how this works. So we've got to make sure that we survive. And super lucky that that didn't actually trigger the self-repair thing. Because on the next round, that fades and we're good to go. Even though he'll do that, fail-safe mechanism activates, and it's all over for you. "24.
Tell me of your travels.
Really, Death Knight?" That's right, I'm doing this amidst PvP as well. Some Death Knight wanted to fight me. So as you can see already, inside of probably about 10 minutes, you can get a pet all the way up to 24, and he is just barely 24, but 24 nonetheless. So it may not actually hit that high every time, but it does not take very long to level a pet if you're willing to use the tricks. In theory, if you had enough tamers to go, you could go all over the map and level 5 pets to level 25 on one set of food buffs. And you can do that if you get an alt that just exists to level pets and you never log into them otherwise, because these buffs, they are game time, not real world time.
We must not falter. What is it? Beware the western wind.
Haha, you can't hit me because of my green shield. Should have named this pet Green Man. That would have been a good name for a pet. Block, 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 block. Oh, it'd have been nice if that would have crit and it killed him. Spared me a round. What can you do? There's a lot of some randomness that would happen there. Alright, I'm actually gonna, because we killed him on that thing, I'm actually going to be a little dicey and deviate from the strategy and use that to get the extra buff. And then we're gonna do this, so that he'll miss this stupid burrow. Yowza. It's actually fine if this guy takes a little more damage because of not having that up, because most of the time I actually have to wait in order to take the carry pet in. So this means he'll more likely die when I need him to, which sounds kind of mean, but that's how that goes. Because see, this guy, hardly any of his abilities can hurt him when he's got Emerald Presence up. We'll weaken him as much as possible and manually switch pets out if we need to, but it's so much better to switch them out when they die. But we don't have a choice now. Now I'm intentionally not using the carry pet in combat, just in case you were trying to do this with a pet that was weak or something. Alright, so there is one pet to 25 in however much time it took because of my phone call messing the time up. So we still got some pets around, and I wanted to see how quickly we could do this with some of the rest of the pets. So I've got another pet prepared for some levels. Alright, fish face, starting it up.
Meeting. May your pools be ever full.
scary when he does that ability that hits the backline pets when you've got a tiny little level 1 pet, but I've never had it be too much for the backline pet to handle, and we don't get lucky with Devour. Maybe we'll get lucky and Dive will miss. Dive doesn't miss. Oh, I wasted blood in the water. At least Dive didn't miss. I'd feel really bad if Dive missed and that's what happened. We'll Panda out. And switch off to you. And we're just gonna kill him. Excellent. Look at all that XP.
Do you hear the river?
And we're off over to the next victim. I mean, pet. I mean tamer. I took some time to look at the new character models again. There's an updated version of a lot of them up on MMO Champion with some videos showing animations for both types side by side, and I'd say about 90% of what I'm seeing is very pleasing, looks very good, and the other 10% is really just because I'm accustomed to it being one way and it's slightly different with the new ones. So not really anything I can complain about. Oh, misses are terrible. They set me back 5 to 10 seconds. At least I critted on that one, so it kind of makes up for that miss. It's a good thing that my Anubisath idol has some slight, innate healing ability. Otherwise he'd be dead too soon. And it's really not going to be great if he dies. Blood in the water is so wonderful. This is going to be a little dicey. Okay. I didn't want to kill him before I could get XP for the carry pet. But then we're down to the really iffy thing on getting the Anubisath idol to survive all of this nonsense. So that thing goes first. Oh. You can't cut this stuff any closer. One more round. At least I know that the panda could finish him off if he had to. Level 20. Oh, almost forgot. There's a Waste Walker's Shoe is just way too dicey of a fight to try and do this with him. Otherwise, I probably would, just because he's closer. But we're gonna do Thundering Pandaren Spirit, which has an element of risk in and of itself. But what can you do? So anyway, I was looking at the new character models for the undead, and the only complaint I have about the undead male is most of the faces look kind of like an old guy, which is fine if you know, some of them do, but I don't think that we really want all of them looking like that. And when they're animated, it does look better, but just sitting there static, it isn't the prettiest thing. I think the model that has the most mixed results for me is probably the female undead, because I think that the new model in general looks amazing, but the faces are weird, man. They probably look the least like the original faces of the ones that I've really paid attention to. And I'm not saying they look bad, but they look different, and they look different in ways that don't really seem necessary to me. It's strange. But overall, I'm still really excited for the change and think it's going to be a really good improvement. Did I get you out? Yes. Alright. Here's where it gets dicey. Oh, good. Sometimes dive misses and it screws the whole thing up, and it's best to just quit the fight and start again, because you're toast if it doesn't hit. Ooh. No lucky crits for us. Oh, and a miss. Yay! Actually got to open some of these to make inventory room. This is wasting my precious time. I don't even have one called Hyuna yet. Let's make a thing for Hyuna. So for her we want you and our red panda carry pet, who is already level 24. Now you might be thinking, why the heck aren't you going to that guy? He's closer. He's actually not that much closer, and this fight is far more reliable. Going to the Whispering Spirit, it's a dice roll in and of itself, and so I'm going to go for the safer thing instead of having to go over again. Because I want you guys to be able to do this too. And if I just go and do hotshot stuff and only show you the fights where everything worked perfectly, then I can imagine that would be frustrating. Let's get rid of some of this garbage. I send all these to an alt because I don't have room in my inventory until Tuesday. And then I'll have inventory room so much that I won't know what to do with. Probably farm stuff. That's probably what I'll do with my inventory room. Okay, we got the right team up. Good. In the right order. Alrighty.
Welcome. Travel safe.
Time to kick a panda butt.
I hope to see you again soon.
Silly bug. What? He hit me for one. Dork. Oh yeah, look at that. I gotta say, it feels so cool to dodge stuff preemptively with stuff like Proto Strike or Liftoff. That's one of the things that really got me into pet battles, is realizing the depth of strategy that you have there. It's pretty great. Alright. Time for this. What a jerk. Yeah. Look at me, I'm a turtle. All I have are defensive abilities. And I remember this time, since I'm faster than him, I've got to wait until that's up and not just one round left. You gotta know what's going on, or you're gonna get headbutted. But he just missed. And so did I, dragging the fight out. Isn't that lovely? Look at all that health. It's like fighting Yulon with Mr. Bigglesworth. It's just, it's a real investment in time. Unfortunately, we're gonna get headbutted. Dork missed. Now he's gonna heal. We might get in before the next headbutt. It's the risky thing of using Liftoff is it's not quite as quick as like Cocoon Strike, so you gotta eat one of those things. But you get so much health, and he doesn't hurt you any other way, so you can take one or two of those. Alright, Red Panda, level 25, super fast. That's how we do it. So once you get those buffs, if you use them on another character, which I'm apparently too dumb to do, you can level up really quickly. I mean, I just got 2 level 25 pets here in the time it took to put this video together, which was just a few minutes more than the time it takes to watch it. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can use this strategy to some great effect. Get ready for Warlords of Draenor. Share with your friends, like the video, and subscribe to see all the cool new stuff coming. Okay, thanks, bye.